What do you think the defense is going to be like? Do you think we're going to have a top 5 defense this year?
I think so. I think the thing about the Niners defense is it statistically ranks top 5 most years. It's a great pass rush. There's typically a good run defense too. But the secondary is like solid, not great. And I feel like D'Amico kind of plays it very conservatively, where he just has everyone kind of back off. And so you'll
Yeah.
see like on third down, they're not great. They're not a great defense on third down, despite having that pass rush, because you saw it like in Tennessee and against the Rams. Even third and long, if you just run a stop route, the Niners will pretty much give it up because they don't want to get beaten deep. So,
Man,
yeah, I feel like to take the next step as a defense, they need some better secondary play, and that's why they got Travarius Ward. So maybe they will be like a legit top 5 defense across the board this year.
Yeah, and speaking of D'Amico Ryans, how does Kyle convince these guys to stick around for another year after they're up for a head coaching gig? Because
that's funny.
The rumors were, it seemed like it was a lock that he was the guy for Minnesota, and that's not really like a bad roster. You'd think that would be a pretty good situation to go into. It's not the toughest division out there. Whereas, with Saleh, he sticks around for another year and does pretty well and then winds up, as the head coach of the Jets, which I don't imagine is anybody's first choice.
Right. I think what's happening is it's harder to get a head coaching job if you're a defensive coordinator than if you're an offensive coordinator. They just don't. I mean, and for good reason, right? It's a quarterback-driven league. You want a coach who can really get the quarterback right and get the best out of them. So for a defensive coach to become a head coach, like they kind of have to be elite for a sustained period of time. So it's like, well, the guy, I mean, he's not a quarterback guru, but he's really great at defense. And so Saleh had to prove it multiple times. I think D'Amico's the same. But to me, isn't it kind of interesting that like D'Amico, 1-year coordinator, Mike McDaniel, 1-year coordinator. D'Amico was all on his own. No one helping him on the defense. McDaniel wasn't even calling plays. It's Kyle's offense. Who becomes the head coach? McDaniel.
Yeah. And
it's his offense.
Both McDaniels are going with the Sean McVay route and just kind of going all in and pushing all their chips in the middle of the table for this year.
Isn't it crazy how McDaniel's doing that, but Kyle's not? I mean, they were like for 20 years. And now McDaniel gets his first shot and he's like, okay, I'm doing this different. Interesting. McVay's the same way.
Yeah.
Two of like Kyle's underlings in the past. Diverging.
Went the exact opposite route.
Yeah.
And is that story about Kyle being in Cabo when he got the call about Stafford and stuff like that, and it seems like Kyle almost tried to get Stafford, and maybe should have tried a little harder to get, Aaron Rodgers. I don't know, but
or Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes, or Deshaun Watson. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. Sorry.
Yeah.
You could go down the list with different quarterbacks, but thankfully Kirk Cousins never turned into a thing because I think that would have worked out for us at all, especially at $28 million guaranteed every year.